Aloha family, this is Miss Sydney, and today we're going to talk about growth mindset. So before we get into what growth mindset is, let's ask ourselves, what is mindset in the first place? Mindset is the way that our brains perceive ourselves in the world around us. It is what keeps us positive and present wherever we go. So today, we're going to ask ourselves, what grows? What are things that can grow? We know that humans grow and mature, animals grow, and another thing that I like to help and have a hand in growing are plants. So today I'm going to introduce you guys to one of my favorite plants, which is the aloe vera plant. As you can see, what are some things that you notice about the aloe vera plant? It has little spikes. It has very thick leaves. It's green. It has some little dots and indents on it. But these are the characteristics of what makes an aloe plant an aloe plant. And another great thing about aloe plant is that it is known as the immortality plant, or the plant of immortality. And also, it's called that because of its great benefits that it gives to us as humans. Did you know that within these nice thick leaves, there's a gel inside of there that people like to use for their hair and skin? The gel possesses over 75 different amino acids, minerals, and vitamins. Just to give you a little background on what exactly vitamins and amino acids are, they are just organic compounds that help us function and our body grow. So this is our aloe plant, once again. And so today we're gonna plant our own plants. So to plant our own plants, we're gonna need some seeds, a Ziploc bag, paper towel, and some water, and also a good window that gives a good source of sunlight. So for plants, all they need is water, carbon dioxide, good soil, and sunlight. So just to give our seeds a good start, we're going to start with having our paper towel. And we're going to take our seeds. Let's open the packet up. And let's sprinkle it on our paper towel, like so. Just give it a good little spread around. Then we're going to fold the paper towel to cover up the seeds, like so. Give it a nice crease, just so that it can sit perfectly within our Ziploc bag. And we're going to take a water bottle, and we'll spray the paper towel like so. Give it a nice good spray. Make sure it's nice and damp. There we go. Once you get the paper towel nice and damp like this, I'm going to take our Ziploc bag, place the paper towel inside, and seal it up. Last and final step, we need some tape as well so that we can tape it on the window. So let's just take this tape. I picked out this pink sparkly tape because I like pink. So, I'm gonna do here. And the seeds that we are planting today are basil seeds. And basil is a herb that can be used on pizza, pasta, or curry. It's a really good herb that gives us some nice nutritional benefits. So once we have it taped like so, it's ready to go, and you can put it on a windowsill where the sun comes in and it gets good source of heat so that the seeds can start to bloom. And it will take about a week before. So we'll come back and check in on our basil seeds later on in the week. So now that we talked about plants and growth mindset, what exactly is growth mindset? Growth mindset is in a way that we're able to be positive and productive. And okay, it is about believing in yourself and your brain's capability to grow. Just like plants, our brains can grow too. And another opposite to that, though, is having a fixed mindset. Sometimes people don't always have that knowledge and knowing that their brains can grow and they can always progress. So in a way, it is important to have a growth mindset always and choose to do so, because you can fall into a fixed mindset anytime in any situation, but be sure to tell yourself that you can do it and you got this and that you can take on any challenge. So a little plant pro tip, we're going to take a little plant break. I like to use a water bottle to spray on and water my plants because it gets it evenly distributed, as you can see. There we go. Our friend Aloe just needs a little watering. Friends over here can use some watering, but it's key to hit the soil with the water. It's not all about the plants, it's all about watering the roots. There we go. So, how do you keep yourself within a growth mindset? Right now, we're about to do an activity that I like to do to keep myself motivated every day. So what you're gonna need is some paper. I just have some cards right here. Or you can take construction paper, and we're gonna fold up the construction paper if you don't have perfectly cut out squares like I do. So in that way we're gonna do like 1 hot dog, 2 hot dog, 3 hot dog, like so. And the best way to keep yourself in growth mindset is to write it out, announce it. You can give yourself affirmations, which is just knowledge and knowing statements that help keep yourself in that mindset. So we're gonna write out a few affirmations on the card. Some affirmations I like to tell myself are, I learn from my mistakes. It's important to tell ourselves that we can always learn, and mistakes are just learning steps to progressing. Next one is, I am a problem solver. Whenever we face a problem and you have growth mindset, you have to tell yourself that you know the solution, and it's all about finding that solution instead of getting frustrated at the issue at hand. The next affirmation is, I am right on track. Sometimes we can get deterred from whatever we're doing in life, but always remember that you're on the right track. Even if you find a face of a problem, it is getting you closer to the solution. And this next affirmation is, learning is my superpower. Let's say it again. Learning is my superpower. Just like how our brains can grow, learning is the perfect way to expand our minds and our abilities. So, the last and final affirmation we're going to say is, I am, what do you guys think? I am let's say, I am a superstar. We have to remind ourselves that we are great beings and we're capable to do anything that we put our mind to. So, with these cards or with these affirmations, we're going to post them up in a space where we can see them, just so that we remind ourselves every day that I learn from my mistakes. I learn from my mistakes. I am a problem solver. I am a problem solver. It's important to enunciate and read what you're stating out loud, just to give it even more power. So, I am right on track. I am right on track. Learning is my superpower, and I am a superstar. So I hope you guys enjoy these affirmations and maybe come up with a few more of your own that you can post up around the house, in the bathroom, you look in the mirror, tell it to yourself, announce it, say it every day, make it a ritual. And that is the key to keeping yourself in the growth mindset, just like growing as a plant. So today we talked a little bit about plants. And we talked a little bit about what growth mindset is and what fixed mindset is. And later this week, we're going to get more in depth in what that really means and more tools on how to have a growth mindset and be a plant grower and have a green thumb. All right, guys. Peace and love, family, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow.
All right, so welcome to another episode of Yoga with CJ. I'm going to take you through the history of yoga, and we're going to do a few poses today. We're going to do about 7 to 8 poses. But before I do that, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is CJ. I've been doing yoga for a while, but now I'm starting to actually do the history of it and understand it more and see what it does for my body. And I just want to give it back to the world and make sure the world is a better and healthier place. And yoga is a good way to start. Before we get started, we're going to do some actual light workouts, about 2 or 3 different type of workouts. Make sure before we get started we have our water. We have a yoga mat. If you don't have a yoga mat, you don't really need a mat. You can use a towel if you have a towel or whatever. But make sure that you have your water. That's the main important thing is stay hydrated and maintain your breathing. So, and before we get started, the reason why I like yoga is because it goes through the mind, body, the spirit, and everything all in one. So, let's get started. And the first thing we're going to do is just toe touches. Very, very simple, very, very easy to do, easy, simple workout. We're going to do 10 toe touches, and then I will let you know what we're going to do next. So if you're at home, count it with me. Make sure you got an open area, open space where you can get ready because we're going to get some work in. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, that's just a simple workout, simple thing to get us going, get the mind flowing, get the blood pumping, and get ready to go. So now we have to do arm rows, 10 front, 10 back. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. So now we're about to go into our next thing, and this is going to be lunges, and we're going to hold for 10. And while we're doing this one, this is where we're going to actually get started into our breathing and get our breathing up to par and get our mind right. So here we go. Hold for 10, but while we're doing it, maintain your breathing. So here we go. And while we're doing it, listen to the music. If you can hear the music, if you have music of your own. Now we're going to reverse. And we're going to hold for 10 again. And if you're at home, I have some light meditation music going on right now. So if you're at home and you're watching with the kids, if you have meditation music, make sure that you have it on because it actually soothes the body and help you relax easy. So here we go. Hold for 10. Maintain your breathing. There we go. And now just a light, simple workout. Takes a couple minutes to do. Make sure you have your water ready. I'm going to treat myself with some good water. It's free, so it's the best thing that you could put in your body. Better than juice, better than soda, and it keeps your body going. So now we're going to go into our first pose of the day, which is the tree pose. This pose actually helps build strength in the ankles, the hamstrings. So this is a very simple pose to do. Everyone does it. Any yoga teacher does it. And I'm a beginner, so I'm not an advanced yoga teacher, but this is something that everyone does, and it's easy to do, and it's easy for the kids to do. So we're going to hold, and we're going to hold for 15. Listen to the music. Maintain your breathing. And this pose is for your balance and keep your focus. Switch. And maintain that breathing in and out. In and out. There we go. Now we're about to go into our next pose. And before I go to the next pose, like I said, that pose is actually helps with your ankles, your hamstring, your leg muscles, and it helps you with focus because you need to stay focused to keep your balance, and it helps with balance as well. So about to go into our next pose is the Halfmoon Pose, and you stretch out. Your front leg's gonna be bent, your back leg's gonna be straight, and then pretty much you're gonna touch down and then reach up, and we're gonna hold for 15, and continue the breathing. Then we're gonna switch. Your front leg gonna be bent, back leg gonna be straight. Touch the ground, reach for the stars, and hold. And as well, this pose actually helps with your ankle support, your legs, strengthen your legs, your hamstrings, and you will feel it. Trust me, I feel it right now. You will feel it in the back of your hamstrings. So if you're doing it correctly, it's a good thing. So now we're about to go into our next pose. This pose is the twist pose. Yes, I know if you hear anything that has to do with twist or flexibility, or you have to flex or do anything different, you might get scared off a little bit. But this is very, very simple. So we're gonna go to the ground. You're gonna have your outside leg bent, and then you're gonna have your other leg over it. You're gonna put your hand on the inside and switch your body. And we're gonna hold for 15 and make sure you keep your breathing going. And while we're doing this actually helps your lower back, your spine, so it stretches out your spine, gives your spine a little more flexibility and things of that nature, so it's good for your lower back as well. So. There we go. And now we're gonna go to our next pose. But before we do that, I wanna make sure I get some more water. Before we do that, make sure you have your water ready. And feels good. So let me know how you feeling in the comments. If you're feeling good, feeling bad, if there's anything else that I can do to help you. If you're really not sure, like I said, we're learning together. As much as I learn and give you the content, we're going to get better and better, so it's not going to be a home run the first time you do it. So now we're about to go into our next pose, which is my favorite pose to do. I love the name. It's the warrior pose. And the warrior pose is very, very special to me because I believe that everyone is a warrior on the inside and out. You just got to do your good. But everyone is a warrior. Everyone feels strong and feels amazing, and everyone is. So this one is just like the Halfmoon Pose, but instead of reaching for the stars, we're gonna hold our position. So your front leg is gonna bend, your back leg is gonna be out, straight again, and then we're gonna hold them up, and then we're gonna turn and we're gonna hold for 15, but make sure you continue your deep breathing. So, in and out. And while you're doing this, if you have meditation music, this is a good time to really, really feel strong because like I said before, everyone has a warrior inside of them, and it just takes just a little bit of time to get it out. And if you do it if you show it for good, then that's amazing. Everyone has it in them, so. Like I said, that's the warrior pose. This pose actually helps throughout your body from your shoulders all the way down to your ankles. It strengthens your arms, your legs, everything. And like I said, I love the name because I feel like everyone can be a warrior, especially for the kids. Especially through the time that we're going through, they need warriors. So it's time for us to step up and be the leaders that we can be. So now I'm about to go into our next pose, which is the Cobra Pose, which is a good one. It's very, very simple. Flex out your back. We're gonna start like this, and then we're gonna hold up. And we're gonna hold it and then focus on your lower back as well. So this is another pose that helps out the back. And while we're doing it, we're gonna hold for 15 and continue to keep your breathing going. So. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling. Which pose is your best pose? Which pose is your worst pose? Which pose that you want to try? You just don't know if you can do it. And I'm willing to read them and help you out with them. So that pose was a Cobra Pose. Like I said, it stretches out your spine, your lower back. And so we can go through our next pose, which is another good pose of mine, which is the seated forward bend pose. And I will let you know why after we do it. But before we do that, gotta take another sip of the water, because this is the best stuff on earth. Feels good. Nothing beats that. So, seated forward bend pose, very, very simple. I'm gonna stretch out. Normally, you actually go all the way to your toes. I'm not that flexible yet, but hopefully by the end of the summer, we all can be that flexible. So, but until then, you can go as far as you can go. I'm gonna go to the ankles, and we're gonna hold for 20 seconds. Listen to the music. Make sure your breathing is where it's supposed to be. And here we go. And if you're doing it properly, you will actually feel you will feel the burn in your hamstrings, which is a good thing. It means you actually are stretching out and working out your hamstrings, which is one of the good things about this. I feel in the legs, which is a good workout, which is amazing, which is the mindset that we got to have is make sure that we're working out everything. And before I go to my next pose, we have worked on our shoulders, our back, hamstrings, ankles, pretty much anything you name it, we have done it. But before I go into my next pose, the reason why I like that pose, because that pose is so simple, something that it takes about 15 seconds to do, but it calms the brain down and it works on headaches. So if you have a headache and you have no medicine, yoga can be your medicine. And that's how amazing yoga is. So now we're about to go to our next pose, which is the plank. Now I understand not that many people like doing planks, but it actually helps you with strengthening your arms, your legs, and it helps you to go further in yoga. So if you have more difficult poses to do, this actually helps out. So it's actually a purpose why I put it in here, even though this is like the beginning, just to get us a warm up, but still get us ready for what's to come. And the plank pose will actually help us with that. So we're gonna go like here, and we're gonna hold for 20 seconds, and maintain your breathing, and here we go. and that's the plank. And just like I said, that right there helps out with no more difficult yoga poses to do down the road. There's a simple way to do it, but that was actually, if you actually accomplish that, give yourself a pat on the back, because that is not easy to do. So we're about to go into our last pose of the day, which is squats. And we're going to hold for about 15 seconds. Here we go. And this works on your lower body, your legs, your hamstrings, and it just strengthens them. And if you feel the burn, you're doing it right. You're doing a good job. So maintain your breathing in and out. And then if you have water, make sure you stay hydrated. You want to stay hydrated. So before I go, we're going to have more content to come. I would like to give a shout out to the production team who put all this together for us. Amazing work. And we have more stuff to come for you, more things involved, more yoga. And before I go, always remember to give peace, love, and meditate. And make sure, see you next week. But before I go, from the Booker T family to yours, we love you, we miss you, we wish you was here with us. And till we see you again, have a good one.
Hey guys, hope you guys enjoyed the yoga with Mr. CJ and some mindfulness with Miss Sydney. And right now we're going to transition into some science because we know you're here to learn, here to explore nature, here to explore the world around you. So first thing I'm going to do is say hi. Hopefully you guys are doing well, staying safe, wearing those masks when you go out, and enjoying your time at home, hopefully. Okay, so today we're going to do an experiment that you probably already did if you've been watching the videos. But this one, we're going to do it live. That way you can follow along just with me. So what are we going to need today? Today we're going to need a jar. And I'm going to use a mason jar. Actually, it doesn't have to be a jar. It could be a cup. Any cup from your house, which is fine. Next, we're going to need some cardboard paper. Any color. I have a couple colors I'll pick from here. Get creative, of course. Have fun. It's science, but you can always have fun doing science. We're going to need a pen or a pencil, whatever you're comfortable with, and some scissors. And you're going to need a bowl or a pitcher. Today I'm going to go ahead and use a pitcher just because it's not as messy and it gives me more room to play with. And before I start this experiment, I want to ask you guys something. What do you guys know about the air around you? I'm just going to ask you that question. I'm not going to say anything else. I want you to keep that in your mind. Keep that in your thought process as we go about doing this experiment. So air, that's the topic right now. We're going to do air and a little bit of gravity and a little bit of atoms. We'll get into that later. But today and right now, we're doing air. Okay, so first let's start off with our experiment. We're going to go ahead and we're going to grab our jar, or for you, you may have a cup from your house, which is totally fine. Some cardboard paper. I have various colors here. I think I'm going to go ahead maybe with a purple. Okay, and you're going to grab your pen. So I'm going to grab my mason jar, and you're going to grab the top of your cup or your jar, and you're going to turn it upside down. See, that one has some water. That's fine. That's why we have multiple. It's science. You mess up, you experiment, you continue to learn. I'm going to grab another one. I'm going to grab this green one. Okay, dry it off. Make sure we don't have the same error. That's why we learn. Turn that upside down. Take our pen, and we're going to go ahead and draw around it. So around the top, hopefully you can see that. If you can't, just give me 1 second, and when I'll do it, I'll zoom in for you guys. So you want to draw a circle around it. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect, just a quick sketch. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our scissors. And then if you're at home, hopefully you have some parent supervision or at least some kid scissors, something that's safe. And what we're going to do is we're going to either measure an inch or we're going to estimate an inch around the circle on 4 different directions. And if you don't know what an estimate is, it's just a fancy way of saying an educated guess or a really good guess. I know how long an inch is, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Again, it doesn't have to be exactly an inch. It just has to be around the area because we're going to need that size for the experiment in a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and grab our scissors. And you guys are going to have to bear with me here. Not the best cutter, but that's okay. Practice makes perfect. And if you still need help estimating how long an inch is, you can always grab a ruler. And then if you don't have a ruler with you, one way to estimate is pretty much is using this part of your finger right here. And you just place it right here, and you measure an inch. Or, worst case scenario, just ask somebody else. It's just totally fine. There is no issue with getting help. So go ahead and cut that. Go put our leftovers to the side and make sure to clean up at home. Don't want to leave a mess for your parents or your guardian. Okay? Doesn't have to be a perfect square, that's fine too. So you want this much space. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay? Next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our our pitcher and our jar. Now, if you're not using a pitcher and you're using a bowl instead, you're going to have the water inside the bowl, and what you're going to go ahead is grab your jar or cup, and you're going to put it in there, the top first, and as you submerge it in the water, make sure there aren't any bubbles, because if there's any bubbles, it's not going to work. What I like to do to get rid of the bubbles is I'd put it in here and then lift it just out of the water just enough so the bubbles escape through here and then put it back in. But for now, and for today, I'm going to go ahead and use this pitcher. And if you use the pitcher, you need to make sure it's filled all the way to the top, as close as you can. Again, no bubbles. But this doesn't create any bubbles. That's a good thing about using a pitcher. And hopefully that's clear on your guys' end. Be very careful here. Okay, just a little bit more. And that's to the very edge. There you go. Hopefully you guys can see that. I can't lift it towards you guys because I don't want to spill any. Next thing we're going to do is going to grab our cardboard paper. And again, if you're using a bowl, the next step here is to grab the jar and you're going to take it out with the top down, but not all the way, probably like 2/3 of the way, which is another way of saying, imagine the cup was broken into 3 parts. Take the bottom 2 and take it out of the water. And you're going to slip your cardboard paper inside, cover the top of the cup or the jar, and take it out and observe what happens. And then if you're using a pitcher like myself, you're just going to grab the cardboard paper, place it on top. We're going to go ahead and push that. Now again, in science, sometimes we make some mistakes, and that's okay. We just learn, go back and repeat, improving our hypothesis or experiment. I'm going to go ahead and do this over my bowl so I don't make a mess. Ooh, see some water leaked? That might be already an issue because that means there's air bubbles in here. But we're going to go ahead and see what happens. And there you go. Again, like I always like to say, it's not magic, it's science. Look at that. So what exactly is going on here, guys? If it's not magic, how can you explain this, Mr. Daniel? Can you explain this to me? All right, I got you, don't worry. So you remember earlier when I asked you about air pressure or just air in general? So there's this thing called air pressure because the air around you is always pushing you. You don't feel it because you're used to it. You know, you were born and now you're here and you've always had that air around you. So what's happening is that air is actually pushing down and pushing just in every direction, including the bottom of the jar and in between the cardboard. So it's not falling because the pressure, imagine if the air was pushing you. That's exactly what's happening here. And it's stronger than the weight of the water, which is being pulled by gravity. Another topic we'll discuss another day. Keep that in mind. And it's stronger than the force of gravity and the weight of the water pushing it down. Eventually, if you let go, it'll fall down. But that's okay. That's just imagine someone's pushing you for so long, you just get tired. And, you know, you kind of just give in. Hope you guys enjoyed that. All right, so we have some leftover water. We have a jar. We have markers. We have pens, as you can see here. What else can we do? Well, all you're going to need is we're going to reduce, reuse, recycle. So we're going to go ahead and grab that water. And we're going to go ahead and pour it in here. And what I need you guys to do is to grab a Ziploc bag from your kitchen or the store. You guys can do that real quick. Grab a Ziploc bag. You're going to need a pen or pencil, maybe multiple. We'll see how this goes. And reduce, reuse, recycle. We're going to go ahead and use that water. Make sure we love nature here. You should love nature too. And that's why we're going to take care of our environment and reuse the materials we have. So first thing we're going to need, Ziploc bag. So we're going to go ahead and open that up over the bowl, just like that. All right, and then I recommend you guys do this over the sink at home, just in case, or maybe over a bowl, just like myself. And we're going to grab this water, and we're going to pour this in here. I'm going to readjust because I don't want to spill it and make a mess. Okay, so as I'm pouring this, I want to ask you guys a question. As you see the world around us, and including yourself, what is everything made of? Have you ever thought about that? Isn't that a crazy concept? What is everything made of? So, I'm not going to tell you the answer yet, but I want you to keep that in mind. What is this table made of? What is this Ziploc bag made of? What am I made of? What are you made of? All right, so after you pour, you want to make sure you leave about a quarter, maybe a fifth of the Ziploc bag empty. Again, if you need help, make sure to ask somebody around you. Somebody you know, someone you trust, someone that's safe. Okay, just like that. I'm going to make sure that's closed because we don't want it to spill. Okay. After we do that, we fill the water up, maybe 3/4 or maybe 4/5. And we're going to take our pen or your pencil. And what do you guys think I'm going to do next? I'm going to give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, what was your hypothesis? What was your question? Well, I'm going to go ahead and put this through this. Kind of crazy, right? It's going to break. What's the point? I don't know. Let's see. Let's experiment. What do you guys think is going to happen? All right. Put that in here. Oh, is that what you thought was going to happen? Probably not. And if you did, hey, pretty smart. And if you didn't, you're still smart. You're always experimenting. You're always learning. That's okay. But we're even going to get that all the way through the other side. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? No water. It's like if the pen wasn't even there. Pretty cool, right? Again, it's not science. Or sorry, it's not magic. It's science. Okay, so what exactly is happening here? Remember, guys, when I told you guys and I asked you guys, what is the world around us made of? What are we made of? Well, we're made of these tiny things called atoms. And atoms, one way to explain it, it's just these tiny little balls, even though it's simplification, but so you can understand, just composes everything around us. So the solids, the water, myself, a little bit squishy, a little too skinny, but that's okay. I'm working on that. And we're all made of atoms. And then a bunch of atoms are called molecules. So what's happening here is that this Ziploc bag is made of a certain plastic called polymer. And polymer has long, strong chains of atoms, which are called molecules. So just a bunch of molecules. And then we put the pen through it. The atoms of the pen and its molecules are sitting in between the chains. And the chains are so tight, it just fills that gap. And so nothing spills. Pretty cool, right? Now, what if I take this pen, or pencil, sorry, and I put it through here? You think it'll spill? Another hole? I don't know. We'll see. Oh, keep in mind I've only put one. So this is the first time I'm doing this. I like to, experiment. It's all about science. Well, look at that. Should I put a marker? I don't know. I'm not confident right now. I got other stuff to do. So I'm going to let you guys experiment with that at home. Try not to make a mess. But try and see how many pens you can put through. Or maybe you can put in a marker, which is pretty big. But hey, why not experiment? Figure it out. See what happens. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to take this out the bag. Again, reduce, reuse, recycle, because we love nature here. Take that out. Take this out. I'm going to go ahead and put this to the side. And we'll dispose of it properly later. And by properly, I mean recycle, because it is a plastic. Okay, guys? So, what do we have here? We still have some leftover water. And I have some markers that we were talking about earlier. Maybe you put them through the bag already. We'll take them out, because we're going to experiment some more. So, markers, any color you want. Again, get creative, whatever makes it fun for you, engaging. And we're going to go ahead and grab a plate. Any plate, as long as it's smooth. Something solid. You don't want a paper plate. You don't want plastic unless it's clear coated and it doesn't. It's not sticky. Okay. So I have a question for you guys. What do you think we're gonna do next? Remember atoms? Remember I mentioned atoms? All right. Keep that in your head. So we're gonna grab this plate, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab a red marker because red's actually my favorite color. Put that in here, and we're gonna draw a picture. Let's put Let's do a stick figure. Do that. And make sure as you draw, you put multiple layers. I'm going to go ahead and draw my stick figure. I'm going to name it Bob. This is Bob. Okay. Everyone say hi to Bob. Okay, so we're going to do that. Then we're going to take some of our leftover water. And then what do you guys think is going to happen? Probably nothing, right? Just some pen and a plate. All right, let's figure it out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, what's going on here? Can you guys see that? I can't lift it, so hopefully you guys see that. And if you can't, try it out at home and see what results you get. Oh, mine's falling apart a little bit. But as you can see, the stick figure actually comes up. So it came to life. You drew something and it came to life. Isn't that cool? Haven't you always wished you could do that? Draw a cool image and came to life? Well, now you know how to accomplish that. You can go ahead and do that. You can even grab it, feel it, play with it. Feels kind of cool. All right, anyway, so we're going to go ahead and take this water. Oops, take it out. It's okay, made a mess. But again, we're doing a science experiment. It's going to get messy regardless. I apologize ahead of time to your parents and your guardians. It's okay. I'm going to take some paper towels that I had left over. You can use a rag. Just make sure it's dry. Okay, we're going to wipe that. And now I want you guys to take your marker and draw a small, tiny picture. Maybe, remember the inch I was talking about earlier? Probably about an inch wide, which is just how fat it is, and then an inch tall, just the height. So we're going to do that. Grab our pen, our marker, and what should I draw? Maybe you can talk to me telepathically. A heart. Yeah, one of you guys said a heart. I know you did. I got it right here. So I'm going to draw a heart. Draw a nice little heart. You can draw any shape, so let me draw another shape just in case. I'm going to draw a square. And again, you want to draw multiple layers on it. Draw my square, and I'm going to draw another figure. Maybe I'll draw a circle. I'm not the most artistic person, but that's okay. I express myself in other ways, like science. Do that. I'm gonna give you guys a tip. So instead of pouring straight from the jar, from the pitcher, we're gonna pour from the jar. So we're gonna put some water in here, or your cup. It doesn't have to be a jar. It's okay. And we grab it and we pour it through the edge. So let it come in from the edge to the middle of the plate. Slowly. There are my images. Okay, so it's the same thing again. Like, why are we doing this again, Mr. Daniel? Well, I got you. So I'm going to go ahead and take my wrist or my forearm, and I'm going to go ahead and press around against one of these. I don't know. Let's try the square. And we're going to hold that probably like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, what's that? There you go. Get myself a little tattoo. But it's okay. Don't scare your parents. It's just temporary. It's just a little temporary tattoo. You can go ahead and wipe it off if you want. Or you can leave it on. Have some fun. Try some different colors, some different shapes. Oops. Again, spilled. But that's okay. So how does this work, Mr. Daniel? I know. It's not magic. It's science. So how does it work? Well, remember I was talking about you guys about atoms? Well, one of the materials inside these dry erase markers, and make sure it's a dry eraser marker. Sorry, I should have said that earlier, instead of a Sharpie, because a Sharpie is not going to work. So make sure it says dry erase. It has a material in it, a special type of ink that acts as a release agent. So what a release agent does is make sure that, remember how the pen was in between the plastic bag and it fit perfectly? Well, the release agent makes sure it doesn't stick to the plate. It's kind of like the opposite of what we did with the Ziploc bag, where the molecules were really tight in there. We want to do the opposite. We want to be able to lift it up. So then when we add some water, after you draw on it and add some water, it lifts up like without an issue. And that's called the release agent. So that's why you need to make sure your surface is also very smooth, maybe a hard plastic or maybe metal, again, because of the release agent and the atoms. Okay? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks for joining. Hope you guys had fun with some science experiments. Hopefully you guys made a mess. I know, probably not the best thing your parents want to hear, but that means you're exploring, that means you're learning, that means you're having fun. And I'll see you guys next time.
right. I hope you guys had an awesome time learning some STEM with my man Daniel. I hope you had a great time getting that yoga and centering yourself with my man CJ. And I hope you had a good time planning some fresh stuff and learning growth mindset with our good employee, Miss Sydney. I hope you guys are loving the day so far. So, before the day's over, we got one more thing to do. Today, in case you haven't noticed, we're going to be focusing on health. My name is William, and I would like to welcome you to the Mixology Lab. In case you don't know what that is, I'm here to explain that to you. Mixology Lab is basically the mixing of ingredients, and those ingredients can be slime. It can be food, it can be paint, it can be anything you can get your hands dirty with. You can mix up with a spoon, you could throw in a blender, a mixer, a juicer. It can be anything. Hope you guys are ready to join me for this journey. Today, in case you haven't caught it already, we are going to be juicing. So, why juicing, you say? Because we're focusing on health. Things that are going on today, we want to get the body right. We want to get the mind right. We want to get the soul right. So, juicing, in case you don't know what it is the extracting and pressing of natural liquids contained in vegetables and fruit. It started in the 1930s, and the main reason it was started is for dieting. And I hope you guys are ready to join me on this journey so we can get right. So, the things we're going to be doing today, we're going to be making one juice that I found on the internet, and then we're going to be making a juice that I perfected at home that I like. So, hope you guys are ready to join me. Let's get down to it. So, my internet juice today it consists of apples, celery, cinnamon, and those are my three main ingredients in this juice I found on the internet. Now, like I said, this juice is to help conquer your sweet craving. In case you wake up in the middle of the night and you're looking for them Oreos, or you just got done for dinner and you're kind of sliding over to that big old fat piece of chocolate cake, this juice is going to help you take care of that. So, this juice reduces the sugar craving in your body. The cinnamon helps regulate your blood sugar, and the celery helps give your body the minerals it needs. So, let's start with apples. We got our special guest today, Apple. This grows on trees. The hotter your summer is, the bigger your apples will get. In case you didn't know, if I didn't already say it, these are picked from a tree, and they're picked between September and October. So, what kind of apple we're going to be using? Because there's so many of them, I picked my favorite. We're going to be using a Fiji apple. Fiji apples were made in Japan. They popped up in markets around 1962. They are a cross between a Red Delicious apple and a Virginia Rouse Garnet apple. Now, let's pause before we get to juicing. Since we're talking about apples, let's take 30 seconds. How many apples can you name? Now, I think you guys eat your apples at home, so this will be a knockout the park for you guys. Let's start. I'm going to count down from 5. As soon as I hit 1 and I say mango, you may start naming those apples. Count them on your finger, and when I say pencil, we stop, and we're going to count how many apples we named. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Mango, we got Fuji apple, that's 1. Granny Smith apple, that's 2. Red Delicious apple, that's 3. What else do we got? We got I think it's a Pink Lady apple. Throw that on there. I already named my Granny Smith. That's 4. Whew, come on, guys. We got about 10 seconds left. Is there any more apples? Any more apples? Any more apples? Oh. 5 seconds left, guys. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. As you can see, I only need 4 apples. If you got more than me at home, drop it in the comments. Drop some knowledge on me. If you didn't get 4, that's okay. Guess what? You just learned some new apples today. All right, let's keep it pressing. The next ingredient in this juice I found on the internet is celery. In case you didn't know where celery was grown, it's grown in the soil. Some people put this in their soups and stews as their added vegetable. Also, what else about this? People also like to put salt and peanut butter on it and serve it fresh as a little snack. I don't know if you guys have had that before. If you haven't had it, please try it. Kind of stay away from the salt. Too much salt's bad for you, but it is very tasty. Also, we're going to be hitting this thing with a dash of cinnamon just to give it a little And in case you didn't know how cinnamon was found, it's obtained from the inner bark of trees, and it's used for breakfast, snacks, teas, and sweets. Cinnamon can be used for all those lovely things. Definitely going to use it in our juice today. So, now that we've explained our first juice, let's take a look at some of the tools we're going to be using today. Now, I've already washed my hands. If you haven't washed your hands, please take this time now to mosey on over to the sink, bathroom, hit it with some soap. Remember, sing them ABCs to get the right amount of time to wash them hands. Get in between the fingernails, between the fingers, dry them off. Meet me back at the table. All right, so we washed our hands. Today we got a knife, we have a cutting board, and we got the most important person of the show. We got our juicer. It's gonna use basically a cyclone method to extract the juice from our fruit and our vegetables today. So, in addition protection to doing this today, I'm gonna slap on a glove. I've already washed my hand. Why not go the extra mile and throw a glove on so we're 110% doing this safe so no one will get sick. So, let's put our gloves on. If you're using a real knife, please make sure you get adult permission or you have an adult present. Now, this is our knife. Very sharp, very dangerous. When we're cutting, we're going to be bending our fingers down and using our fingers as a guide. Remember, we don't want our fingers straight out because you can potentially cut your fingers. That's a no-go. We don't want no accidents here. We don't want no one ending the summer with 9 fingers. So, remember, we're keeping them tucked in and we're using our little, I don't know really what to call those, but we're using like a little knuckle to guide the knife down and have clean cuts. So, let's do our first juice today. We got our apple. Let's cut this up. Now remember, we're putting our fingernails down and we're using our finger to guide. Because like I said, we want to make sure everyone gets through the summer with what? Not 4, 5 on one hand, 5 on the other, that equals 10. Most important thing, guys. So, very important rule I like to do. Yes, you could throw this in your juicer just like this. Yes, you could drop that whole apple in there. But sometimes juicers get jammed. Sometimes you can't throw all that stuff down at the same time. So I like to cut into slices just to give my juicer a little easier time. And you know, when no one's looking, pop one of these bad boys in your mouth. Because you know, who doesn't like to snack while they're doing something? So we're going to cut our apple into smaller pieces, slide it over. Let's grab another apple. Don't forget our method now. We got to keep them fingers in. Let's cut this apple up. Now remember, it's okay to snack on it and test your apple out before you juice it. All right, apple's cut. Next thing we got coming up, celery. Okay, so if you're watching out there, I know this isn't celery, but don't worry about it. Work with me today. So we got our celery. We're going to pop it open. It's been washed. I would cut this into 3 or 4 pieces. That way it goes down the juicer a little smoother. So let's get it started. Your juicer comes with 2 settings. If you're using something that has a peel, like an orange, lemon, an apple has a little rough skin on it, you want to put your juicer on 2. If you're throwing stuff in there like cucumbers, watermelon, cantaloupe, raspberries, blueberries, you can throw your juicer on 1. It's a lower setting and it doesn't need to work as hard to get the juice out of those fruits. So let's turn this on. Remember, if you're at home, you might want to turn your volume down a little bit. Juicers can be loud. I don't want to blow no one's ears out. So another rule, never stick your hand inside of this part when the juicer's on. That's where the blade is. Very dangerous. We don't want to do that. So let's go to 2. Oh, yeah. See how easy that was? Now I know what you're saying. This might take a little work. And that's okay because 100% healthy and natural for you. Most important thing, it doesn't have processed fruit. It doesn't have artificial flavors. It doesn't have all that sugar. This is natural, good for the body. If you're with me, show me those thumbs. If you're kind of with me, throw them to the side. We never put them down here. We always try to keep them up or to the side. All right, guys, let's add our next ingredient. All right. Once again, not that bad of a process to get what our body needs. Let's take that off. Look at that. That is 100% fresh juice right there. It cannot get no better than this, guys. All right, so let's see how it looks. Take our cup, pour it in there. Look at that. I'm telling you, best Arizona, best Snapple you will ever drink. Let's pour up 2, because I got a little surprise for you guys later. I'm going to tell you why I'm pouring 2 a little bit later. Let's put them right there, guys. All right, if you're still with me, show me those thumbs. All right, you're still with me, guys. Love it, love it, love it. All right. We got a little extra stuff over here. We can just go right over here, pour that extra stuff out we don't need. All right, guys. Close it back up, slide it back over. Now that we've done the internet's juice, I've been juicing now for a couple months. This is my take on the sweet craving juice. Mine consists of apples, star of the show, celery, that's runner up right there, and lemon. Now, I'm using apples, sweet, has natural sugar in it, good for the body. I'm using celery because the main thing in celery is water, fiber, minerals in there for your body. And then I'm adding a special guest of mine. I like lemon. I like that sour, lemony taste. In case you don't know, vitamin C, great for the body, great for fighting off colds. So let's get started on mine. So let's grab our last 2 main actors of the show. Boop, boop, boop. Let's not forget our cutting technique. We're going along that knuckle to protect our fingers. Now, who remembers that main rule I said earlier, why I don't like to put the big pieces in? Exactly. We like to cut them smaller so our machine's not working too hard. So let's cut these pieces, bad boy and smart. Remember what I said? No one's listening. Feel free to snack. It's good for you. No one's going to get mad that you're snacking on apples. Boom, boom, boom. Slide those to the side. You heard my ingredients for my juice. We're working a little special today. So my supporting cast, carrots. Also high in vitamin C, good for the body. Boom, boom, boom. All right, if you're still with me, thumbs up. If you're ready to try this, thumbs up. If you're a little scared to try it, you could throw them in the middle. Remember, we never put these thumbs down. We always want to keep them up. If you've been on YouTube and Facebook, you know, thumbs up. Go a long way. All right, guys, let's get started. All right, we're already done with the second juice. Let's take it off. Let's get our see-through cup. See what we got here. Now remember what I said, I'm gonna pour 2. I'm gonna let you guys know right after this why we pour 2. All right, guys, if you're still with me, thumbs up. If you're ready to try this, thumbs up. I know I'm pretty excited. This is what we're going to do, guys. We're going to pour out the rest of this that we don't need into our lovely bowl over here. So, guys, this is what I'm going to do. I got some Booker T Bucks, Scholar Dollars, BT Dub Bucks, Booker Bucks. I got him. We're going to bring in a special guest. This is what he's going to do before he comes here. I'm going to let you guys know before he steps in the room. He is going to try our juice. Now, he does not know what ingredients are in it. He's going to try them. Every time he guesses something right, I'm going to give him $1. If he can guess our star of the show, which is the apple, if he can guess that, I'm going to make it rain on him. I'm going to give him the big bucks. So he's going to try it. He's going to guess what's in it. After that, he's going to rate it from 1 to 10. After that, he's going to let us know what he drank it again. So, if you are ready, let's give him a round of applause. We got Mr. CJ. Now, happy to see him. Show them thumbs. Show them thumbs. Now, okay, so thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
I hope you worked up an appetite doing yoga.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so.
And before we get to, all I gotta say, I like water. So if you could give me something that has better taste and good for you, I'm all for it.
Boom. Now that he's brought that up, with this juice, you can do half juice, half water if you want it throughout the day, or you take the whole shot as like a nutrient boost and you just take it down. So, we have 2 juices, Mr. CJ. We have one from the internet and one that me and my friends at home made. Your job today is to try and rate. You're going to try it. You're going to guess what's in it. You could earn some rewards. You're going to rate 1 through 10, and then would you drink it again? So this is the web juice, and this is our special juice made by me and my friends. If you're ready, show me your thumbs. All right, which one would you like to try first?
You're my good friend, so let's go with the internet first.
Okay, he's going to go with the internet one first. So, and it wouldn't be fair if I didn't try it with you, right? I did make it, right? Wouldn't want you out there hanging by yourself. So let's try it. Let's process it for a little bit, and we'll just go one by one and see how we like it, okay? Okay. Okay. Man, okay. So, you need some more time, or are you ready to guess what's in this one? No, we're going to do guessing first. You ready to guess? He's ready to guess, guys. All right, what do you taste in there? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! He got the star, guys. That's the star of the show. Apple, the main ingredient. Now, if you guessed apple at home and you just joined us, you know, we can hook you up with some of these Booker bucks, and we can maybe get you some mailed to your house. All right, so apple. Is there anything else you taste in there?
Apple is strong, but some sort of berry. I don't know which.
Oh, some sort of berry. Can you narrow it? Oh, close. One more try. Oh! We're not going to make it rain this time because that's not the star of the show, but that is correct. All right. Let me finish it. Since you out here, he finished his juice. Let me finish mine. Whew. Man, who needs cake after that? All right. Now, this is the one made at home. You already guessed the main actor. Can you guess the second ingredient in this one today? Now, the second ingredient in this one will have it rain one more time, since we already know the first one. So, go ahead and try it. After you try it, we're going to guess, and then we're going to rate, and then we're going to say which one you would drink again. Actually, both of those are very delicious. Man, whew.
It's a vegetable.
Okay, okay. Can you guess which one?
Still tastes the apple. But let's say that's orange, so I'm gonna guess carrots.
Oh! I'm not going to make it rain this time because I don't want him picking things up off the floor, but I'm going to hit him with that fresh $100 bill.
Appreciate you, bro.
Apples and carrots. Now, Mr. CJ, rate 1 through 10. Which one gets the higher rating? The internet version or me and the friends version?
Go with you.
Hey, he picked us, guys. It's good. So you would drink it again.
Yes, I would drink both of them.
He would drink both of them. I would also drink both again. Both of them tasted lovely. They're actually pretty good. The sweetness was there. There was vegetables there. It was all natural. And let's just say, after a tough day it's been of working out, learning some new things, and getting the mind and body correct, I would definitely drink it again. So, if you had a good time seeing CJ, we're going to give him a lovely wave goodbye and a thumbs up for helping us out today. No problem. Now, if you guys are at home and you're still with me, let me see them thumbs up. If you tried it and it was you can put them thumbs to the side. Remember, once again, we never put them thumbs down. So, that's okay. It's only Tuesday. We got 3 more days left in the week. We got plenty of other juices to make. So, if apples wasn't your thing, we have more things coming. All right, guys. We finished juicing. We finished making both our drinks. We had a special guest come by and try some drinks with us. What could be left to do? What was that? I heard it. We have to learn the proper way of composting / recycling. So, I'm going to take everything out my bowl. Now, if it was food, I'm going to put it on the plate to throw in my green bin. In case you don't know what goes in the green bin, well, guess what? I'm dropping the knowledge on you guys today. The green bin is for food scraps, yard waste, and soiled paper. So if you spill water on your papers, you spill something sticky on your cardboard, that goes in the compost. The company will take care of that. So once again, if it's a food scrap, it goes in, exactly, it goes in green. Now, some of our stuff came in plastic. We can't put that in the green bin because that's not biodegradable. So where does that go? That goes in the blue bin. All right, this blue bin is for plastic bags, plastic wrap, and milk containers. And please make sure those milk containers are empty. Whew, I don't know about you guys, but spoiled milk is a big thumbs down, and we don't never put our thumbs down here. All right, so once again, this goes in the, exactly, this is going to go in our green bin. I'm going to put it on my plate and then take it to that green bin. So our apple cores go on the exactly green bin. Hard plastic, blue, exactly. Man, you guys are smart. Leftover vegetables in the refrigerator. We're not going to waste those. We're going to save those for next time. Come on, get out of here. Boom, boom, boom. Compostable. Man, you guys are great at this. I'm going to throw that in there. Compostable. Okay. You guys are awesome. Now, make sure we clean everything up. I had a great time today, guys. I hope you guys loved the journey. I hope you enjoyed getting the body right. I hope you enjoyed putting something in your body that is great for you. This thing could be used to replace meals. It could be extra nutrients, because I know, like myself, we all have a hard time eating vegetables and getting those things that we need. Loved it. Thumbs up. Loved you guys. Had a great time. Can't wait to see you guys again tomorrow. Once again, have a good one. I'm going to wave goodbye, guys.